friends. Today I wanted to tell a little story about writing a very simple introduction email. My team decided that I should get in contact with the people in Europe because they wanted me to kind of start getting ready to work more internationally, and they thought I could start with the Europe region. And so my boss kind of sent out an introduction email with everyone CC'd to the Europe region employees. Not everyone, just the people I will be in contact with over there. And I decided I wanted to kind of also send an email, a little follow up just to say hi personally. Um, Technically speaking, I think we'll be having a web meeting next week or something where I get to kind of show my face and introduce myself more properly, but I still kind of wanted to, just as a courtesy, a friendly gesture, personally kind of reply to everyone too. And I wrote a very short, simple intro email that was like 4 lines, not even, but I ended up writing that over and over and over again. And every time I wrote it, I got even more nervous, and it was really weird. Part of it, I think, was because I was just really worried about how I should be introducing myself. They know who I am, but they also don't know who I am, in the sense of they don't know my capabilities or the lack thereof, and they don't know my personality or anything. They just know that I'm the son of the owner, and so I didn't want to make any bad impressions. And I also don't know what the culture over there is either. For all I know, it could be even more strict than the culture here in Japan. So, making a friendly email may come across as being rude or unprofessional. I mean, I don't think so. I know I'm overthinking it, and of course, I wouldn't send any rude emails, but it was just getting to my head, especially the first impression part. I think also part of it was because everyone in my team and bosses were also CC'd in the email, the Japanese employees, both over in the Europe region and also here in the Japan office. So I kind of didn't want to be picked apart by them either. And well, I wrote something. I was happy with it. I thought it was professional, but had a little bit of my personality injected in there too, and I sent it out. And after I sent it out, I realized just how nervous I was about it, because I was panicking about how my team members behind me, my bosses, would react to the email. And I guess there were a few things that kind of ran through my head that kind of calmed me down. And also, one of the members spoke up. But the first thing was that I realized the worst thing that would happen is they would just kind of comment on how my email may not have been professional, in which case I would have just apologized and adjusted accordingly. That, I mean, I already sent it. Nothing could happen. Nothing could change about that. The fact that I sent it already. So, and it's only 4 sentences, not even, and it's so short. I don't think it's going to destroy my reputation for the rest of my life in this company. So I thought about that and kind of got over it a little bit. I worry a lot. Number 2, I kind of realized just how much the employees here don't know about writing emails in English. Not that they can't write emails in English or can't write it professionally or anything. It's actually very good, and I'm always surprised at just how good people in Japan can write sometimes, because they're very shy about speaking, but the knowledge they have is impressive in regards to English. Anyways, but regardless, they don't know enough that they couldn't correct my English, was the point. And so that kind of made me feel a little better. The reason why I figured this out too, partially, was because one of my team members who were reading at the boss kind of commented like, "Oh, I didn't know this word e-meet." And what I wrote was, as a first sentence, I was like, "It's very nice to e-meet you." And it's a phrase I picked up from my previous company, but I thought it was kind of a good way to start a sentence. I don't know. And the fact that this individual didn't know but was having a lot of fun learning that phrase kind of made me happy that they weren't like critically reading it to try to find mistakes, but were more curious about what I was writing and how I would write or what I would write. So yeah, that kind of calmed me down a lot too, because I felt like, oh, this could be an opportunity for me to teach them how to write emails too that could be more kind of personable in English. That's still professional, and of course this email was internal within the company still, so I think what I wrote was totally fine. But yeah, that kind of made me happy too, and that calmed me down. And I guess final thing that kind of calmed me down was, this was a very selfish thought, but I realized I can potentially become the owner of this company in the future, which means that I should, number one, in certain situations, I think I should be leveraging my privilege, in the sense that, like in this case, I have a culture that I would like to create within the company potentially in the future, and to drive this culture, there needs to be like an example, but also there needs to be people to push it. And I felt that I could be a very good pusher. If I don't know if that's the way I should word it, but in this case, of course, if it's extremely bad, people will warn me, tell me not to do it, whatever. But like, I could kind of push certain things, and in certain very specific situations, like this, where it's a simple introduction email. And so I felt like it's okay for me to do that, because by kind of, writing a simple email, I think that even though it's really tiny, it's these little stimulus and behaviors, and showing people a different type of world or type of personality that can exist while working, is important to push the narrative of creating a culture that I envision. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I just felt like it's okay for me to kind of write this email in the way I want to see people write emails in the future within the company. And yeah, that was the other thing that kind of made me feel a little better about the email. I want to be careful about that mentality, because it could really go the wrong way, and I will not abuse it, and I do not want it to unconsciously come out in situations. And to make sure it doesn't unconsciously come out, I need to make sure that I'm very careful with all my actions and how I kind of think about my actions. So, yeah. Anyways, at the end, I was happy about the email I sent. I may regret it tomorrow when I see all the responses, but it's okay. It's already done, and I'll just figure out another way to move forward. Worst case scenario, best case scenario, I still have to figure out a way to move forward. So I guess kind of go with the flow. But yeah, that was my story about sending an intro email, and I thought it was kind of fun. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys up another time. Ciao.